Hey everyone, welcome to Alpha Insights. I'm Archer.
And I'm Holly. We've got a lively communications and media weekend wrap for you.
So much to unpack. Creative wins in Europe, Saturday Night Live moments, and then a fairly serious brush between the White House and CBS. Where do you want to start?
Let's kick off with the creative stuff. Variety reports that Nadia Tereskevich will headline Rami Aliyeh's first feature, Souverains, an eco-thriller. That's a big get for a debut director coming off festival success.
Absolutely. And remember, Rami Aliyeh won a César back in 2017 for Little Hands. That kind of pedigree can push a film into festival circuits. And festival momentum often turns into distribution deals.
For investors, the takeaway is simple. Auteur-driven European films can translate into pre-sales, streaming interest, and downstream licensing. Not a blockbuster move, but part of the pipeline that feeds catalog value.
Exactly. It's the long game. A festival hit can become a premium pickup for streaming services or a strong video-on-demand seller. So watch which distributors sign on.
On that note, the weekend also had a nice reminder about the value of established filmmakers. Director Cédric Klapisch picked up the French Cinema Award at the Ministry of Culture. That matters for catalog strength.
Catalog strength is often underrated. Studios and distributors with deep European catalogs can extract licensing fees and co-production leverage. Awards keep those titles relevant and negotiable.
So if you own exposure to companies that monetize European catalogs, these moments can indirectly help pricing power when those companies talk to streamers and broadcasters.
Switching gears to TV cultural moments, Saturday Night Live dominated some of the conversation with multiple sketches tied to the new HBO fantasy series. Finn Wolfhard guest hosting and crossovers with the Stranger Things cast made it a member get.
Short-form cultural hits like that drive discovery. Viewers clip, share, and suddenly a show that might have been niche gets a boost in awareness. For networks that rely on event TV, that can lift ad demand.
And that matters particularly for Comcast and Warner Brothers Discovery, which still lean on event television and branded content to drive ad dollars and keep linear eyeballs.
Right. But then the weekend dropped a heavier story. Multiple outlets reported the White House threatened legal action if CBS did not air a former president's interview in full, and CBS pushed back saying it decided independently to air it uncut.
That one throws a spotlight on editorial independence and reputational risk. When major newsrooms get pulled into political pressure, it can ripple into advertiser relationships and regulatory scrutiny.
Investors should pay attention. It's not necessarily a revenue threat overnight, but if advertisers start to react, or if parent companies face governance questions, you could see short-term volatility for companies linked to CBS.
Paramount Global is the obvious name to watch there. If advertisers pull back or public pressure mounts, that could show up in ad sales or even in regulatory inquiries down the road.
And don't forget to watch market reaction at the open. Comcast, Warner Brothers Discovery, and Netflix are also names to keep an eye on. Not because they were directly involved in the dispute, but because news flow can shift sentiment across the sector.
Let's break down the practical next steps for listeners who trade or manage media exposure. First, check early ad sales and ratings for Saturday Night Live and comparable live TV events. If viral sketches translate into higher linear ratings, that supports ad CPMs.
Second, monitor festival and distribution announcements for Souverains. Early platform commitments or pre-sale reports give real revenue visibility, which is what moves valuations.
Third, keep an eye on corporate statements from CBS parent management and any advertiser notices. If brands start distancing themselves, that can be a signal the issue will matter to markets.
And fourth, track which streamers pick up European titles. Netflix and other global platforms are often where licensing dollars appear in the financials, so watch for concrete deal terms when they surface.
A quick note on trading. Short-term moves around social momentum are risky. You want to see ratings bumps or confirmed ad rate increases before repositioning your portfolio.
Agreed, viral buzz is great, but it doesn't always convert to measurable revenue. Look for data, not just spikes in social mentions.
Okay, before we wrap up, any final thoughts on the governance angle?
Just this, governance and editorial independence are now material for investors. They can influence advertiser behavior, invite regulatory attention, and alter public trust. Those are real risks for broadcasters and their owners.
Couldn't have said it better. Creative content keeps the engine running, but governance issues can stall it. Balance exposure and favor companies with diversified revenue and strong distribution deals.
All right, let's wrap with the key takeaways.
First, European auteur projects like Souverains and recognition for filmmakers support long-term catalogue and licensing value.
Second, Saturday Night Live cultural moments can boost show discovery and ad interest, but proof is in ratings and ad pricing.
Third, the CBS and White House dispute raises governance and reputational risk that investors should monitor, especially around advertiser reactions and any formal legal or regulatory steps.
And finally, watch Monday trading for early price signals on Paramount Global, Comcast, Warner Bros. Discovery, and Netflix, and follow festival and distribution updates for real revenue clues.
That's Alpha Insights for this weekend wrap. I'm Archer.
And I'm Holly. Thanks for listening. Stay nimble, and we'll see you next time.